Hello, everyone. My name is Amar Graham, and I will be joined by Hector Zepeda. Our research is based on the current cancer industry, and our research proposal utilizes photothermal therapy as a solution. Cancer is a disease that occurs when cells in the body begin to divide at a faster rate than the body requires. These rapidly dividing cells grow into a lump that is known as a tumor. The tumor can be benign, which is non-cancerous, or malignant, which is cancerous. Cancer is one of the leading causes of death, not only in the United States, but also in the world. Cancer treatments have already been quite developed, although there is always room for improvement. In today's world, there are many cancer treatment options. First is surgery. With surgery, the goal is to remove as much of the cancer as possible. Surgeons often use small, thin knives called scalpels and other sharp tools to cut your body during surgery. Surgery often requires cuts through skin, muscles, and sometimes even bone. Secondly, there is chemotherapy, in which drugs are used to kill cancerous cells. Chemotherapy works by stopping or slowing the growth of cancer cells, which grow and divide quickly. Next comes radiation. Radiation therapy kills cancer cells or slows their growth by damaging their DNA. Cancer cells whose DNA is damaged beyond repair stop dividing or die. When the damaged cells die, they are broken down and removed by the body. Then there are stem cell transplants, which are procedures that restore blood forming stem cells in people who have had theirs destroyed by the high dosages of radiation that is used to treat certain cancers. There are also many more treatments, such as bone marrow transplants, targeted drug therapy, etc. But these are simply the most recent stages of treatment and some of the most used ones. And this field has a substantial amount of potential for new treatment technologies, ideas, and equipment. Cancer is a whole group of diseases which contain abnormal cell growth, which can spread to multiple parts of one's body. With cancer being one of the top causes of death in the world, there is definitely room for innovations within this field. Currently, one of the primary cancer treatments is chemotherapy, but there are also many more types of treatments available these days. While this treatment can be very helpful in the management of cancer, it also comes with many drawbacks. First, chemotherapy cannot differentiate between healthy versus cancerous cells. Secondly, these treatments can cause the cancer to reappear because of the harm it causes the body. Lastly, it brings many side effects, including but not limited to hair loss, fatigue, nausea, blood clots, and many more. These side effects take a huge toll on people's bodies as well as their mental health. Because of this, there is still an ongoing search for cancer treatment optimization with the goal to produce a treatment that will be successful in cancer management, but without the unwanted side effects. What exactly is graphene? The simplest way to describe graphene is that it is a single thin layer of graphite. Graphene is a two-dimensional nanomaterial. It is an allotrope of carbon in a hexagonal lattice arrangement. Its molecular bond length is 0.142 nanometers. One atom forms each vertex with sp2 hybridization. Graphene has a very stable structure because of this sp2 hybridization. This hybridization is a combination of orbitals s, px, and py that establish the sigma bond, which is the strongest type of covalent chemical bond. In simpler terms, graphene is a closely packed single layer of carbon atoms constructing a two-dimensional honeycomb lattice. You can see this structure in the figure pictured.
As my classmate Amara already explained, cancer is a disease that sadly kills too many people per year. However, good news is that we might be able to make a change thanks to graphene. The change could be done through a new method called photothermal therapy. And actually, we do have pretty good news with this method, because this method that has actually been tested already for cancer tumor cells elimination and with super good results. Bad news, however, is that this has been tested with mice so far, not with people. Nevertheless, going back to the mice topic, let me show you something about the mice test so you can be in the same perspective with us. So, you may be asking to yourself, why am I seeing a plain disk now? Well, the thing is that it's not a plain disk. In fact, it's a 3D pie chart. However, the reason it looks like it is because the effectiveness of cancer tumor cells elimination was 100% effective. That's right, the photothermal therapy method ended up with 100% of the tumor cells in mice, which despite not being results with people, these are pretty good news which promises a better tomorrow. But how does photothermal therapy works? Well, in easy words, photothermal therapy consists on raising the cancer tumor cell's temperature to above 42 degrees Celsius, which completely eliminates it from the patient, in this case mice. However, how does graphene enter into this? Well, first of all, we take nanographene sheets, we add polyethylene glycol to it, and at the end, we add a coat of fluorescent labeling so we can notice them once on the tumor. After this is ready, our new agent is injected straight to the cancer tumor cells, and then a near-infrared laser is pointed straight to the cancer tumor cells injected with the agent. Now, due to the nanographene sheet's strong optical absorbance, we will end up with an ultra-efficient tumor ablation. And all this is only with a low-power near-infrared laser radiation on the tumor. To this, we may also add that the mice were supervised within 100 days period, and there were no side effects registered on them. And of course, none of them perished. I will begin by quickly explaining the first method, which is the pencil and scotch tape method, which is the simplest of all of the ones we will present. Basically, this method consists in just writing with a pencil over a scotch tape. Then, we fold the scotch tape, we keep repeating the process until we end up with our graphene sheet, and finally, we just peel it from the tape. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Of course, the main problems with this process is that we cannot use it to fabricate industrial quantities and that we cannot get specific shapes. Sad news, but let's move to our next method. Our next method is mechanical exfoliation from graphite. The problem with this method is that it's a process with very intensive labor and its production is very slow. Plus, it's not scalable and its quality is irregular. We could just summarize it to the fact that it's definitely not good enough to be industrialized. However, then we have chemical reduction, a quicker method than the last mentioned, so at least we're improving on that. However, it counts with multiple toxic processes. We must also add irregular quality as with the last method, plus too many impurities on the final product. But at least we still have chemical vapor deposition. Nevertheless, as mechanical exfoliation, it's a process with multiple long-term processes in which we need a temperature close to 1000 degrees Celsius. It is very expensive and does not count with a clear device fabrication. I know. It may sound like we only have bad news. However, different and better methods are created each year. In fact, the new MIT flash jewel promises a lot. So we might be closer to the solution than to the problem. So, as a brief conclusion, with cancer being such a major problem in the medical field, constant improvements are always necessary. Yes, current cancer treatments such as chemotherapy, radiation, and therapy are useful, but they are not even close to a high percentage of efficiency. Nevertheless, by incorporating graphene into the treatment techniques, many innovations are possible. Non-invasive methods with better results will keep appearing. For now, we still have many problems producing industrial high-quality graphene. However, once the problem is solved, we may be able to even eradicate cancer without harming the patients. Yeah, graphene has a lot of usage, but as you may see through this presentation, it's very hard to produce it. However, I would keep myself with this quote that I'm showing you right now. We have to remember that at the beginning, We were in the same case with silicon, and now it is used for most of our electric devices. So, with this being said, I just want to show you at last the bibliography we'd use for this presentation. And that's pretty much it from our part. Thank you so much for your attention. We really appreciate it.